Calling case 2359602, people of the state of Michigan versus Joshua Fondra. Defendant charged in count 1, criminal sexual conduct, 3rd-degree person, 13 through 15. Count 2, assault with a dangerous weapon. Count 3, carrying a concealed weapon. Appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tiffany Wood, T86189 people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Lamb, T79816, appearing on behalf of Mr. Fondra, Mr. President to my left. Sir, will you please state your full name for the record?
Good morning, Judge. My name is Joshua Fondra.
Today is the daytime set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, you are, Your Honor.
How many witnesses will it be?
Your Honor, I will have 3 witnesses.
Do you have any preliminary matters before we call witnesses?
Just to the fact, and I know that I discussed this with you earlier previously, that I do have an interview I am going to play. I'm going to play the admissions judge, and then if you want the entire interview, I have on CD. Some judges want to listen to it all. I was just going to play the admissions.
Are you moving for the admission of that now?
I have an officer that can come and admit the officer unless he's willing to stipulate to the.
No such stipulation.
Okay. All your witnesses.
Thanks, Judge. Let me go get that first. This is going to be General Myers.
Good.
Madam Clerk, reporter, did you get the names? Okay. Please step forward. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Thank you. Please have a seat in the witness box right next to me. All the way up. Just pull that door open and have a seat. There's going to be a microphone to your left. Speak loud and that so we can hear you, okay? And now we're going to put the camera on you, okay? Maybe give me your ready.
Thanks, Judge. Would you please state your name again for the record?
Janelle.
What's your last name, Joe?
Hi.
And what's your date of birth?
July 4th, 2008.
That makes you how old today?
18.
How do you know Joshua Fondra?
Instagram.
I didn't hear you.
Through Instagram, social media.
Do you see Joshua Fondra in the courtroom today? Would you please point to him and describe the clothing he's wearing? What color is his shirt?
White.
Judge, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
So noted.
How long have you known Joshua Fondra?
A year and a half.
So, did you meet him on Instagram about a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
When you first met Mr. Fondra, did you tell him how old you were?
No.
At any point, did he find out how old you were?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
So,
What's the truth?
when I was 14,
You remember when you told him?
the next day after we met.
Next day, what?
The next day after we met.
So when you met him on the first day, how old did you tell him you were?
18.
So you're saying the first day you met Mr. Fondra, you told him you were 18, and then the second day you met him, you told him the truth that you were only 14.
Yes.
Did Mr. Fondra tell you how old he was?
Yes.
And how old did he tell you he was?
21.
So why don't you go ahead and describe to the court what kind of relationship you have with Mr. Fondra?
I can't hear you.
My boyfriend and girlfriend kind of situation.
Okay, so you're saying you consider Mr. Fondra to be your boyfriend?
Yeah.
And Was there any kind of physical relationship between you and Mr. Fondren?
Yes.
Could you describe to the court to what kind of relationship that was?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Could you describe to the court what kind of physical relationship you have with Mr. Fondren?
Penetration, sexual,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you speaking.
like penetration, sexual.
Okay. So you're saying you had a sexual relationship with Mr. Fondren?
Yes.
So when you say that, could you describe a little bit into more detail what part of Mr. Fondren's body would touch your part of what your body?
His penis will touch my vagina.
And would his penis penetrate your vagina?
Yes.
When was the very first time, do you remember the first time it was that you two had sex?
Around August 5th,
Of what year?
2022.
And how old were you at that time? Do you remember where it was the first time you two had sex?
Yes.
Where was that?
His brother's house.
His brother's house?
Yes.
Do you remember what street that's on?
West Grand Street.
And that's in what city?
Detroit, Michigan.
So that's the first time you had sex with Mr. Fondren. When, do you remember when the last time was that you had sex with Mr. Fondren?
So last time in March
Of what year?
2020.
What?
2020.
So between the August of 2022 and March of 2023, how many times do you think you had sex with Mr. Fondren? Okay. So how many, did you have sex with him every day? And about how many times a day did you have sex with Mr. Fondren? Okay. So from between August to March, you believe you had sex with Mr. Fondren every day and you had sex once or twice a day?
Yeah.
Do you remember all of the addresses where you had sex with Mr. Fondren?
Yeah. 225 and 19436.
Okay, so let's go back to the 225 West Grand Street. Whose house is that?
Joshua's.
Okay, and about how many times do you think you had sex with Joshua at that address?
30.
Okay, okay. And then you also had sex at 19436 Spencer Street?
Yes.
Whose address is that?
Yes.
Okay. And how many times do you think you had sex at your uncle's house?
Once or twice.
You remember the addresses of any other places where you and Joshua would have sex?
No.
Are you still in an intimate relationship with Mr. Fondren?
No.
So at some point, you became pregnant. Do you remember when you found out you were pregnant?
Oh, yeah.
And you believe that Joshua was the child's father, isn't that correct? And to the best of your knowledge, Joshua believed he was the father as well.
Yeah.
So let's go back to October 22nd of 2023. Did something happen between you and Mr. Fondren that brings you to court today? Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Could you tell the court a little bit about what happened that day?
Okay. I got a phone call from Joshua saying that he had a coat and I guess baby food where you hide it.
And who's Josiah?
My child. So I told him to meet me and my mom in the grocery store.
Where?
And the grocery store. He can go for grocery store on Woodward.
Okay.
And that's in Detroit?
Yes,
Okay, go on.
and as we came into the grocery store, me and my mom is moving out, and he and friend Carl is coming into the grocery store. So we walk out the grocery store. Him, Joshua, Carl, me, my mom, was like talking. I can't remember where Joshua was. Well, Joshua was accusing me of talking to somebody, and that's when I walked off, and everybody else started to walk. We got to the parking lot, the gas station, which is behind the grocery store. At the beginning of the parking lot, he said, "I will tase you right now," and I said, "Boy, I'm not scared of you," and he kind of pulled the taser out of the side of his pocket.
Okay, so when he pulled the taser out of the side of his pocket, do you remember what it looked like?
It was black and blue.
Okay, and then what happened?
And we started, after I said, "Boy, I'm not scared of you," we started to walk to the door, the gas station, we got into the door. His friend and my mom was in the gas station already, and we're looking to the.
Okay, and what happens next?
I started to talk to my mom, why they had to do the mission, not carrying my feet. So I started to walk back out because she was getting for the gas station. So I walked back out. It's like halfway over the street.
When you say we get there, who's all there at that point?
Joshua. And Joshua and me, we get to that half of the street of Woodward. And the altercation, sure, I can't remember what happened right there, but I remember that me and Joshua walking back to the door of the gas station. And that's when my mom, his friend Carl, was coming out. So we walked across the street to going back to the apartment building. And as we're getting like halfway to the street, he says, like, God, yours. Can't remember exactly what he said.
And when you say he said, who are you talking about?
Josh.
So to be clear, you and Josh were kind of arguing, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so go on.
And we get to the parking lot and he started to check come after me. And I started to run. My shoe came off. He wouldn't give me my shoe back, so I get to walking again. And at this point, we're just arguing back and forth. So I called someone, a friend of mine.
Why did you call them?
To like get him like to go away.
Okay.
So he smacked my phone out of my hand.
Who smacked the phone out of your hand?
Joshua smacked the phone out of my hand.
And when he smacked the phone out of your hand, where did the phone go? Did it fall?
It flew to the side of the room. That's what I like began to like try to with it. And then he pulled out the tape and pulled it like close to my stomach, and it would be like big tape.
Okay, so he pulled the taser. Do you remember where he pulled the taser out of?
His pocket.
And do you remember what the taser looked like?
Black, long, and I like it different.
Okay. And you said you what? Buzzed it?
Yes,
Okay. Could you hear it?
yes, and see
And where did he put the taser when he pulled it out of his pocket?
it in the middle of my stomach.
Did he say anything to you when he did this?
No,
Were you in fear that he was going to use it on you at that time?
yes.
What happened after he turned the taser on and lit buzzed the taser?
I managed to like get like around him and ran to the apartment building door, and like I shut it closed. And that's when I called.
Okay. Did the police ever show up?
Yes,
And did you speak to the police about what happened?
yes.
Did he ever touch you anywhere else during this incident?
No,
Was it, when Joshua pulled the taser on you, who was there? Was anyone else around?
I'm sorry. Can you
When Joshua pulled the taser on you, was there anyone else there?
No,
Okay, so it was just you and him?
yes.
So after you spoke to the police, they sent you to speak to someone else. Is that correct? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was that you did?
Kid.
Do you remember how long after the police came that you went and did the kids talk?
After the incident, after the
So you talked a little bit about Josiah. Who's Josiah?
my child,
And how old is he today?
7 months.
So at some point, you and Joshua you thought Josh was the father.
Mm,
And to the best of your knowledge, Josh thought the same thing, correct?
yeah,
Okay. So there was actually another investigation that happened. Do you remember that?
yeah,
Okay, and do you remember that you went and did a first kids talk?
yeah,
So you actually did 2 separate kids talks?
yeah.
Okay. So during the first kids talk, what did you tell them about your relationship with Joshua?
Because we were like, they have a relationship with Joshua, and we didn't do anything with getting sexual, and didn't have.
Why did you lie to them about that?
Because I didn't want anybody to get in trouble.
So you didn't want Josh to get in trouble?
Yeah,
Okay. So when you went and did the second kids talk, did you now tell the truth?
yeah,
So what you're talking about today is true?
yeah.
Just one more, please. I have no further questions.
Cross-examine.
Good afternoon, Janelle. My name is Michael Lamb. I am the attorney for Mr. Fondren. I'm going to ask you a few questions to clarify some of your testimony, okay? So you stated that you met Mr. Fondren on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you all correspond or talk via Instagram? Was it in person? Did you all talk via video, or did you type and talk, or how did you all communicate via Instagram?
We talk, type and talk.
Type and talk? And how long did you type, how long did you communicate with Mr. Fondren before you actually met him in person?
It's 2 days or maybe the next day
I
after.
can't hear you.
2 days or probably the next day after.
Okay, so you met him via Instagram, y'all talked for about 2 days, and then you all met personally.
Yeah,
Okay, and when you were talking through Instagram, you told him how old you were?
you know, I told him that in person.
You told him that in person. So 2 days into your conversations with him, you let him know how old you were.
You know, I told him that I was 15.
You told him that you were 18 years old. Okay, and were you 18?
No,
And so you met him 2 days after that, told him you were 18. Did you all have sex that first day?
no,
And when did you tell Mr. Fondren that you were 14?
the day I met him in person.
So I don't understand.
I told him I was 18 online.
Online.
The day that I met him in person.
Told him you were 14.
Yes,
Okay. And where did you meet him that day?
I met him at his house.
At his
On
house,
Kearney Street.
the 225 West Grand?
Yes,
Okay. And You stated that you met him over there on numerous occasions and had sex with him at that address?
Yeah.
And you met him at your uncle's address as well?
Yes.
And was anybody at your uncle's house when this relationship with Mr. Fondren was supposedly taking place?
Yes.
Who was there? They were there on both times or one? Well, your uncle and your sister was there. Anybody else?
A child.
You referring to Josiah?
Yes.
Okay. Any place else you met Mr. Fondren to engage in a sexual relationship?
Yes. At my uncle house. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you stated earlier though that you and Mr. Fondren had sex some 100 times.
Mhm.
You also stated though that you had sex 30 times at the West Grand address and 1 to 2 times at the 19346 Spencer address.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is only about 32 times. Okay, so there was at least 68 other times that you and Mr. Fondren had sex, according to you, right?
No.
No?
Because
So you only had a sexual relationship with Mr. Fondren 32 times?
I can't really remember the numbers, but that's
32. Has Mr. Fondren ever visited your home?
yes.
And did you ever have sex with him at your home?
That's my uncle.
That you live at the 19346 Spencer address?
Yes.
You live with your mother?
Yes.
Was your mother ever present during these visits with Mr. Fondren?
Yes.
Why didn't you mention that earlier when I asked you who else was present?
She wasn't there when he came over, but she met him once. Yes.
She only met him once. Did you let your mother know that this was your boyfriend?
Yes.
Did you tell your mother how old he was?
No.
Why not? One moment. Taking your attention back to October 22nd, 2023, you stated that you met Mr. Fondren at a grocery store at King Cole,
Yes.
and you and him got into an altercation.
Yes.
Was that altercation verbal or physical, or both? You know what I mean when I say verbal? Usually in words, correct. Y'all were talking at each other. Or physical, meaning somebody was putting their hands on somebody else or some other.
Right.
It was a verbal altercation. Okay. And what was the altercation about? What was y'all arguing
Like
about?
over something that he said she had like a guy involved in the situation.
I don't understand.
And the altercation was about
A guy that you were seeing,
no.
but you said you called someone during this altercation because you felt fearful.
Mhm.
Was that a male or a female? That you called? Was that who the argument was about?
No.
You stated that Joshua smacked the phone out of your hand. Did he ever touch you while he was doing that?
No. Just a couple.
Just the phone? You stated that Mr. Fondren pulled out a taser, correct?
Yeah.
And he kind of, I guess, lit it or arced it at you.
Yeah.
How far away was he from you when he did that?
Inches.
Inches? Were you ever touched with the taser?
No.
Did you believe he was gonna?
Yeah,
There was. Your mother had accompanied you to the store too, right?
yeah.
Was she around to see this altercation between you and Mr. Fondren?
And when, like,
Talk about.
when he pulled out the gate,
Yes.
no, she was already up.
She left you alone with Mr. Fondren?
Yeah,
No further questions, Your Honor. Okay.
Can you read your right?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, young lady. You may step down. Next witness, please.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Police Officer Leppin.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat in the witness box next to me. You may begin when you're ready.
Thanks, Judge. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record again?
David Levin, Officer David Levin,
And what is your occupation?
police officer,
And who are you employed with?
Detroit Police Department.
And how long have you been employed with the Detroit Police Department?
It'll be 2 years in April.
Are you currently assigned to any specific unit?
Patrol, third precinct, working night shift.
How long have you been doing that?
Since October of 2022.
So what are your duties on patrol? What do you normally do?
Traffic stops, answer 911 calls, which is most of our time. Domestic violence or robberies or someone that just traffic accidents, someone that just needs general help with a loss, trying assistance for all that.
Okay. So I'm going to take you back to October 22nd of 2023. Were you working that day?
So it was.
And were you involved in an investigation regarding Joshua Fondren?
So it was.
What was the nature of that investigation?
I believe it came out as a domestic or a domestic violence run. Can't remember what the computer said when we got run. I believe came across as a boyfriend assaulting the girlfriend with a taser.
Okay. And what was your role in that investigation?
I was the myself and my partner, Dales were the responding unit for that run. I was the jump seat person, which means I did most of the report writing for our runs that day. However, I was working a double shift that day, so I think my partner did most of the questioning, just because I was running out of gas.
Okay. Do you see Mr. Fondren in the courtroom today?
See you right there, ma'am.
Could you, describe the clothes he's wearing?
Got a black and gray hoodie.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant?
So noted.
Did you have contact with Mr. Fondren during this investigation?
I did.
What kind of contact was made?
He was, walking from behind the building and the, victim, described him, so my partner stopped him. Detained him, patted him down and handcuffed him, and I stood with him next to our scout car, while my partner spoke with the victim. And at some point I asked Mr. Fondren if he wanted to sit inside the car because it was pretty chilly that day. It was cold and shivering. I was too, to be honest. And he said yes, and so I put him in our scout car at that point.
Did you search him at any time?
My partner patted him down, searched him, but when I was putting him in the vehicle, I noticed that in the front pocket of the hoodie, there was a bulge. And so I checked that bulge because there shouldn't have been anything there. My partner searched him, and there was a flashlight, a stun gun, and on it.
Okay, so a taser.
Taser, yes.
What color, do you remember what color it was?
It was black.
So were you present? Did you interview anyone?
I did speak with the victim, I took down her contact information, and I did hear her story. I did speak with Mr. Fondren as well.
So when you spoke to the victim, do you recall where she said the location was that this incident happened?
She said they walked to the store, but if I remember right, the incident happened next
Chase
to
your
the
honor,
building.
hearsay.
Sustained.
And I'm sorry, you, when you said you interviewed Mr. Fondren? Or did you say you did not?
I spoke to Mr. Fondren.
Okay. Did you transport Mr. Fondren anywhere?
We did transport Mr. Fondren to Trip City Hospital. Did
Why was he transported to the hospital?
he talked about wanting to kill himself, which at that point we were bring someone to the hospital to get medically cleared by a doctor and a psychologist, just to make sure that they're healthy and not going to try to hurt themselves before we bring them to the drug detention center.
And did you assist in the investigation in any other matter?
No, that was the extent of it.
No further questions.
Cross-examined.
Good afternoon, Officer Levin.
Yeah.
My name is Michael Lamb. I'm Mr. Fondren's attorney. I'm going to ask you just a few questions to clarify some of your testimony. You stated that you did search Mr. Fondren prior to placing him in the
My partner searched
your
it.
partner search. Okay. Then though, after that search, you noticed a bulge.
Correct.
Okay. And you stated that that bulge was a flashlight.
It was a flashlight with a stun gun. Correct.
Okay. With a stun gun in. Okay. You stated though that you were called out to a potential domestic violence call, correct?
Correct.
You though didn't observe any instances of domestic violence, correct?
No.
And you don't have any personal knowledge of any instances of domestic violence related to the two parties, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, but also you didn't witness any assault, correct?
Correct. Did not witness any assault.
And you have no personal knowledge of any assault that took place.
Just what the victim and what he told me.
And when you spoke to Mr. Fondren, he denied having assaulted Ms. Myers, correct?
Correct.
When you were interviewing the parties, did you have a body cam on?
Yes, sir.
Was it operational?
Sure was.
To your knowledge, did it record your interviews of both parties?
It did record the business.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Sorry, sir, you want to stay here, or go back out?
You can go back out. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Any other witnesses for the people?
Yes, Your Honor, the people would call Officer Buchanan.
Good afternoon. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please have a seat in the witness box next to you. You may begin when you're ready.
Thanks, Church. Could you please state your name again for the record?
Deputy Buchanan, police officer,
And what police department do you work for?
Detroit Police Department,
And how long have you been employed with Detroit Police Department?
6 years.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I don't see Ms. Buchanan on my witness list. Again, we just talked about her name, she's not on the witness list.
Judge,
Because she's not
he's
on the
known
witness.
about this a month ago, about this officer. Do you know about this other investigation? I sent you the video of this interrogation. You know that the officer, this is the officer that
Is there an
interrogated him.
objection?
There is an objection, you can't tell me that I have no fault of respect. I'm objecting to her testifying because she is not on the witness list.
Oh.
Please, Judge. So what unit are you employed in right now?
Sex crime.
And how long have you been employed in the sex crimes unit?
For a little over a year now.
And as an officer that works in the sex crimes unit, what are your duties?
To investigate sex crime.
What do you do when you investigate sex crimes? What kind of things?
I talk with the vendor, I talk with the victim, talk with the victim offender, set up kids up for the interview, I work on a kidding spot, so I talk to the parents. And then other parts of the investigation.
I would be far more interested in finding out what she did in this case as opposed to what she.
Thanks, Judge. So let's go back to June 19th of 2023. Were you involved in an investigation regarding Joshua Conklin?
Yeah.
What was the nature of that investigation?
It was a CFC, the domestic violence, that was the CFC run. And we found out that the victim was the kid. And that's pretty much it from that investigation.
What was your role in that investigation?
With that investigation, I set up the kids up for the interview, because at the time the offender had got arrested, so we did an emergency kids talk and an interrogation with the defendant.
So you interviewed Joshua Conner as a part of your investigation?
Yes.
How many times did you interview Mr. Condon?
I believe the one time, when he was at the BBQ.
Okay. Do you remember what day you interviewed him?
No, I don't.
Do you remember what time you interviewed him?
No, I don't.
One moment, Your Honor. If you were to look at the constitutional rights form and that you had the defendant sign on the date of that interrogation, would that refresh your memory?
Yeah.
May I approach, Your Honor?
May.
So did looking at the form refresh your memory?
Yeah.
And do you remember the date and time of that interview?
The day is for June 20th, 2023, and the time is 12:47 p.m. Yeah.
And when you interviewed him, was Mr. Fodder under arrest?
Yes,
Did you advise him of anything?
advise him of his rights.
Did you have him read any of those rights out loud to confirm he could read?
Yes,
Did you ask Mr. Fodder if he understood those rights?
yes,
And what did he indicate?
yes,
Did Mr. Fodder appear to be under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
no,
Lack of sleep?
no,
Was he deprived of any food or water?
no,
And did you have him sign a constitutional rights form?
yes.
Can I approach, Your Honor?
May.
Do you recognize this form?
Yes,
What is that?
constitutional right.
Is that something that you normally have someone sign before you question them?
Yes,
And is that an accurate depiction of the form that Mr. Fodder signed that day?
yes,
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit publish the constitutional right forms.
Any objection?
No objection.
Admitted.
When you spoke to Mr. Fodder during the interview, did he ask for an attorney?
no,
Judge, I'd ask to turn over to the defense to what year for the voluntariness of the
What years of
statements.
voluntariness, Mr. Lamb?
I don't have any questions, Your Honor. I will wait.
All right, the court makes a finding for preliminary examination purposes only the defendant knowingly and voluntarily made a voluntary statement. You may proceed.
Was the interview of Mr. Fodder video recorded?
yes,
And was that video provided to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office?
yes,
Prior to providing that video to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, did you alter, delete, or edit any of the content of that video?
no,
Your Honor, I'd ask permission to play part of the video. Or, actually, I'm sorry, so I can ask her if it's a accurate depiction to put up on the screen. So Officer Buchanan, do you recognize what's on the screen?
yes.
And what is that? Do you recognize? Do you recognize who is in that screenshot?
Yes. Yes.
Who is that?
Are everybody in the room or just different?
No, everyone in the room.
Myself, Detective Dawson, and the defendant, and Joshua Thompson.
Okay. And does this look like an accurate depiction of the video that you recorded and sent to the prosecution?
Yes.
So Judge, I'm gonna go to play the admissions part. I've never done this before, Judge, so I've shared the screen. Do I have to do anything else?
Press play.
Just press play. And I have to unmute my computer? No. So leave my computer muted.
Yes. You may have to share audio. You see that?
Obviously, where it says unmute, there's a more. Share sound.
Yes.
Let's see.
There you go.
Okay, anything else happen? Let's see. Just when the police arrive. Okay. Who is she?
She is the mother of the child of our child, Josiah. So, my baby mama,
What's her name?
Janella Ariana, Yvonne Myers. Janella or E-E-L. Ariana, Yvonne Myers.
And who is Janelle Myers to you?
My baby mama. That's it.
Y'all not dating? Y'all not a couple?
No.
Have y'all ever been a couple?
Yeah.
How long were you guys in a relationship?
Like, since July 10th last year.
Oh.
All I've been doing throughout this whole relationship is actually just protecting myself for real.
So how long were y'all in a relationship?
About like 8 months to 11.
You say since July 10th or what?
2022.
Okay.
2023, yep, 2022.
Okay. And how old is she?
She is 14.
Okay. That's how old she is now?
She was, yeah, going to be 15 this year.
Okay. How old is the baby?
2 months.
Okay. So he's a newbie.
Yep. Big one.
How old is Janelle?
14.
What you asked about the child
How old is the child?
prior to the child?
What I say, how old is she? You know how you say she was?
Yeah, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I said how long Yeah, y'all were in a relationship since
July 10th of last year.
July 10th of last year, 2022. Okay. What did you meet her at?
Her birthday, when she told me she was 18. And then before I knew her age, she got pregnant. And then I found her age.
Oh. You say you met her on her birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that at?
On Windermere. Yep, on Windermere. I don't know the street exact because I didn't see the street because it was dark.
And when was that?
July 4th.
Of when?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
That's how we met. Then I found her Cash App card because she said she lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I got your Cash App card through Instagram. Whoop. And then that's when we got acquainted and we started dating.
Okay.
Wilderness.
It's WILDERMERE.
And what was on Wilderness?
That was just her birthday party. One of her old houses.
Okay.
Which once again she destroyed. There's really no good news about her.
Was that her house or was she living with somebody?
She was living with her mama and stuff. But nobody was there because that house then got disbanded before I knew them. So it was like, I don't know why it was.
When you say disbanded, what do you mean? Was it vacant or what?
Vacant, yeah. Nobody was not living.
Any electricity in there or anything?
Nope.
And that's where she had a party at?
That's where she had her little fun there, yep.
And that's when she told me she was 18?
Yeah, that's when she told me she was 18.
Do you and Janelle have a child in common?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, yes or no, Mr. Fanja?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you're all right.
As far as I know.
How many?
Only one.
Is it a boy or girl?
Boy.
And what's his name?
Josiah Myers.
Can you spell it for me?
JOSIAH.
And what's his date of birth?
April 15, 2023.
Say Josiah as a JOSAIH, but I could be wrong. Let's go.
Are you and Janelle still together?
No.
How long have it been since y'all have been together?
That's a good question. Exactly, no, per se.
Well, how long were you guys dating for?
I said we was dating for about.
Was it when you met her after her birthday, July 10th?
Yeah, that's when we were dating.
When did you all break up?
We broke up like sometime this year. I don't remember. Like I say about a month or so. About a month. 2 weeks to a month. Yeah.
Did y'all stop dating?
Yeah, we stopped dating. Yeah. Well, I stopped messing with her because all she wanted to do was fight me. Other than that, we used to be together.
When was the last time you guys were intimate with each other?
2 months ago, right before her period came back on. I don't exactly. Sometime last month.
You said it was sometime last month. Who else stay at the Spencer address?
Her uncles and her mother too.
Do the uncles have names?
They do, but I never caught their name.
Okay, so you say uncle, her mama,
Mm-hmm.
and how many kids her mom have?
5.
So all 5 of her kids stay there as well. Do you know the kid's name?
Yes.
And what's the kid's name?
You got Kennedy.
So I'm gonna stop playing it right there. I can give the additions that come out. So Officer Buchanan, was this an accurate depiction of what happened that day?
Yes,
Your Honor, I'd ask to, admit and publish it. I forgot to do that today.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Admitted.
Did you assist in the investigation at any other manner?
yes,
What did you do?
as far as the victim, the emergency kids talk and talk to mom, didn't say what from now.
Anything else?
We also got a statement from the hospital to talk to police. For the age question.
Thank you.
And I also did, both the swaps for all 3, the defendant, the baby, and the victim. The victim, the baby, and then the defendant.
So after you had found out that they were in an intimate relationship and there was a child involved, you got some buccal swabs done?
Yeah,
And did you ever receive the results of those buccal swabs?
yeah,
And what were those results?
the defendant was not the father of the child.
Did you ever share that information?
When I first got the results back, I tried to, make contact with him and with the victim, but I had no contact number, and then the last exam that we had, I did to the defendant in the hallway of the results of the testing.
So the defendant is aware that he's not the father of the child?
Correct.
No further questions.
Cross-examine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So briefly, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You stated that during the pendency of your investigation that you obtained statements from mom,
Yes, sir.
and was that a written statement?
Correct.
And was that statement provided to the prosecutor's office?
Yes.
And you also got a statement from the uncle?
Yeah.
Is that a written statement as well?
Yeah.
And was that statement provided to the prosecutor's office?
Yeah.
Were those statements recorded?
No.
Video? No. So basically, you summarized the conversation in a written report. Is that fair to say?
I wrote down the questions that I asked and what she stated. Yeah.
And that's true for both mom and uncle?
My partner, if I believe correctly, just texted the thoughts and took the written for the.
Thank you. No further questions. Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down.
Yeah.
ask to recall Janelle Myers just for one quick question.
Do you still need this up?
Thanks, Judge.
Let me remind you that you're still under oath, okay? Please keep your voice up and speak into the microphone. Have a seat.
So just a quick question, Janelle, I don't remember if I remembered if I asked you during questioning, when you had testified that Joshua had pulled out a taser and threatened you with it. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes,
And you said that he had turned it on and made a buzzing sound. Do you remember exactly where you were when that happened?
in the parking lot of the bank.
And you told the officers where that was?
Yes,
Do you remember the address of where that was?
of the bank, you know, but it's on the side of 35 Owen apartment.
And that's in Detroit?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
You cross.
No cross.
Thank you for real. Any other witnesses on behalf of the people?
None for the people, Your Honor.
Any witnesses on behalf of the
None, Your Honor.
people?
Your Honor, we'd asked for you to bind over all counts. We've heard very credible testimony from the complaining witness, Janelle Myers, who testified that when she first met the defendant on Instagram, she initially told him that she was 18, but when she met him the next day or two later in person, she did clarify and tell him that she was only 14. He did share his age, that he was over the age of 17 with her. She clearly spoke about the fact they had shortly after that started a sexual relationship where she testified that his penis had penetrated her vagina. They continued this sexual relationship from, I believe, of August of 2022 until March of 2023. She did get pregnant at that time. We've heard testimony not only from the defendant, but not only from the complaining witness, but also from the defendant, who also believed that he was the father of the child. He also admitted to the police that he engaged in a sexual relationship with her. He also did testify to the police that he knew that she was 14 years of age, and he did continue their relationship with her, knowing that she was underage. And he did believe that he was the father of the child, Josiah. We also heard what I believe to be very credible testimony from the complaining witness that when she went to the store with her mom, that the defendant and his friend Carl showed up. They had gotten into an argument about seems like some sort of accusations of cheating or another man involved. What did I say?
I said, you think?
So during this argument, she tried to make a phone call to try to get him to leave her alone, to kind of scare him off. He slapped the phone out of her hand, and then he did threaten the first time. He pulled a taser and showed it to her and said he was going to tase her with it. She told him that she wasn't afraid of him. And then later, as they were walking towards the home, she said that he actually did pull the taser out of his sweater pocket, did point it towards her stomach. She did hear it go on. She said she heard the buzzing sound. She also testified that she was in immediate fear. She thought that he was going to use that taser right there on that moment, and shows that she was in immediate fear. of an impending assault from that taser. We also heard testimony that these two were in a sexual relationship. They had a domestic relationship together. They had a complaining witness testified that they had sex many, many times. She knows for sure at least 32 times, but she estimated that 200 times. She testified that they had sex every single day. Sometimes they had sex multiple times during that day. I believe that she's very credible, and I believe that I have met all of the elements in each one of these crimes. I asked you to find over on count 1 criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree, person 13 through 15, count 2, the assault with a dangerous weapon, the taser. Count 3, we also heard testimony from the officer. Not only did the complaining witness tell you that he had the weapon concealed in his pocket, pulled it out towards her stomach, we also have an officer that when he was being arrested and placed in the back of a police car, that he noticed the bulge in front of his pocket, and he took out what appeared to be the same exact taser. It was black. And it seems like it was the same exact taser that was described by the complaining witness. So the officer did in fact find that concealed weapon on the defendant in his front pocket of the shirt, the hoodie type shirt that he was wearing. And then also to find over on count 4 of domestic violence. Clearly an assault was made upon.
That's a misdemeanor. You don't have to show.
Okay, very good. So I would just ask to find over on those. Thanks, Judge.
Mr. Lamb?
Your Honor, I think this is a matter best suited for a trial fact to determine.
I agree. You know, I do get counts 2, assault with a dangerous weapon, 3, carrying concealed weapon, and 4, the domestic violence. I can understand why the people have chosen to pursue those charges. What I don't quite understand is the count 1, criminal sexual conduct, 3rd degree, although I know that they were involved in a sexual relationship. But why ruin this young man's life? I mean, because the consequences of that charge are dire. And choose my words real carefully because I don't want to judge it. But it sounds like the young lady who testified here was involved in a lot of promiscuity. She's out there. She tells us that she had sex with this young man anywhere from 32 to 100 times. Yet he's not the father of her child. And she's 14 at the time. Something's going wrong. But looking at the defendant, I don't know anything about him, but just looking at him and putting all of this together, I don't think that he's reached the full age of maturity himself. That he meets a 14-year-old online who lies to him and tells him that she's 18 at the time. He then goes and has sex with her after she tells him that she's 14. He doesn't look, but doesn't appear or sound to be a very mature young man himself. But again, the consequences here are very serious. And I think the people have met their burden, probably because as it relates to count 1 and 2. But what is it that we're trying to achieve here? This isn't some dirty old man who's taking advantage of a young girl. She knew full well what she was doing. Each and every time, and with multiple people. So what is the goal? What are we trying to object? I mean, what's the objective here? I understand that she has not reached the age of consent. The law says that she doesn't have the capacity to consent to a sexual relationship.
That's right.
I submit to you that I don't think he does either. I don't know him, but I wouldn't be surprised. He doesn't appear to be very mature himself, especially mature enough to take advantage of a 14-year-old. I just don't see that here, based on what I heard, that he took advantage of it.
Well, Judge, I mean, legally speaking, you know,
I mean, legally speaking, you're there.
He should have not had sex with her when he found
I
out.
agree.
He's a 21, 22-year-old man who, when he found
I
out
thought
that
he was
she was,
21.
or 21.
She
when
was
he found-
14, so he's 7 years old. She's
Right.
18 today.
He should
So
have
he's
never.
what, 24,
right.
25 now.
Right. So he should have, when he found out her age, I mean, someone who's 21 should be responsible, should know the difference between right and wrong. They should know at that age that it's wrong for them to have sex with a 14-year-old girl. I mean, at that age, he's allowed
Let
to
me ask
drive
this
a
question.
car.
How old is the father of this child?
We don't know who the father is. I don't know
So
who the
we should
father
be
is.
trying to find out.
But
But anyway,
so,
I'm gonna get off my soapbox now.
Well, I'll
You
just
bet your word.
say it this way, Judge, I have listened to your concerns, and when, we go further with this case and we get into plea negotiations, I will definitely take every point you've made into consideration.
That's why I made the record that
Yeah.
I made, because I want you guys to consider that.
I mean, it definitely, those are all of the factors that we would look at in negotiating the offer. We're not blind to the same, factors you are in this case, Judge, let's just put it that way.
Okay, very good. Thank you. That makes me feel good. The court, after hearing the testimony of the people's witnesses, is satisfied that people have met their burden of probable cause as it relates to the charges contained in the complaint. Warrant. The court finds those charges were committed in the city of Detroit. The court finds probable cause to believe this defendant committed. Defendant will be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. This arraignment on the information, date and time will be December 22nd, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
Thank you.
Judge, I just have one more thing, so the defendant has been having contact with the complaining witness that she doesn't want, and so I just wanted to bring to the court's attention.
You just can't stop making bad decisions, can you?
I can't.
You're gonna find yourself sitting in jail, sir. Because when you contact her, guess what? She's telling. And you're not supposed to have any contact with her. No contact means exactly that. No contact whatsoever. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not going to change her mind. Stop contacting her. Period.
And Judge, I'd just like to say, I know that, and the defense attorney and I have talked about this, that, he's not the father of the child, and I know that was a big blow for him, because he'd been there for a long time.
Did you establish a relationship with the child?
Yes, I actually did. It is what it is. I know a lot of things she was saying was not the truth exactly, because.
Don't talk about your case. That's your lawyer with that.
So what I wanted to say was, Judge, I know that this is a big blow for him, that he's not the father of that kid, that he did establish a relationship, and he did believe he was the father of the kid. And I think a lot of the contact that's been going on is, getting in touch with her, saying it's his kid, the kid doesn't belong with her, those types of things. I would just like to say, that, those are the things that she's complaining about, that he's been, putting pictures of the kid on social media, claiming he's still the father, and that the kid shouldn't be with her and should be with him. And I just want him to know we understand this relationship, and feel sorry for how this happened, and he is not the father, but if he could just not harass the contact the complaining witness, and
No, again, no contact means no contact. Understand this, sir. This is a saying we used to have back when I was in college. Our Black Students Association used to have a banner that read, "The decisions we make now will determine our future." Decisions that you make now will determine your future. May determine if you go to jail or not. Do you want to go to jail? Have you been in jail? You haven't been in 36 District Court? Wayne County Jail?
Oh, yes.
Did you like it there? Do you want to go back? Keep it up. That's what's going to happen. You understand? No contact. Leave her alone. Leave the child alone. The child isn't even yours. Okay? I'll continue. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Judge, it was 9 a.m. on the 22nd of December?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Your Honor, and actually, just say thank you for placing those things on the record. Please know that it is my intent to use those very points as it relates to settlement negotiations. Thank you.